going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great day so far. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. 1 day left. 1 day left out of the work week. Well, for normal people. Yeah. Anyways, hope you guys are having a great week so far. You guys want to watch some court? I want to watch some court. Let's watch some court. Hold on. I got to turn my phone on silent. All right. Let's see. What do I have tonight? Tonight, I've got the video that we ran out of time with last night, so we're going to start with Judge McNally. Then we have a squatter case with Judge Shackleford. We jump to the House of Buckner, the sovereign citizen in front of Judge Simpson. Then we finish with some short clips. So it's going to be a good night. Hope you guys are ready. So, yeah, let's watch some court. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
If it pleases the court, Your Honor, I have one more ready to go.
Which one?
Kingston sentence.
Yeah.
Ms. Kingston.
Janae Monique Kingston. 25B1478128 and D.
Attorney Mike Baldwin, House Counsel for Ms. Kingston, who's approaching. Miss, good morning. Can you just please state your full legal name for the record?
Janae Monique Kingston.
Judge,
All right, so just give me 1 second here. Defendant pled no contest due to a lack of memory to operating while visibly impaired. The super drunk was dismissed. She also pled no contest to failure to report a property damage accident. I need to inquire right now. I believe that the note,
from the victim.
yeah, I mean, I don't think.
We've gone over, there was a note and there was a victim impact statement. The note just came in on.
I just want to make sure, is there a Gary Yost out there? Gary Yost?
No, not
Gary Yost he sent some kind of a note that says, I don't wish to humiliate nor wish to seek financial claims. I'm just grateful the law apprehended you. I think he's talking to you. When they did so, you nor anyone else would end up in a more tragic scenario. So restitution, if any, will be handled through civil litigation. And we will go from there. Counsel.
No deletions, corrections, errors, or omissions in the report.
Yeah, that's not uncommon. Isn't that special? If you get a super drunk DUI and you plead guilty to the DUI, I mean, it's almost as if they put the super drunk law in there so they could charge you with it, so they didn't have to drop the DUI charge down to a visibly impaired. So you're super drunk, now you're going to get the full DUI. I that's just, a dumb theory, but it's not uncommon for them to drop the super drunk. It isn't. But yeah, let's go.
That we identified. Your Honor, also, we are asking the court to adopt the recommendation. We think that it is proportionate to the offense. I will note, Your Honor, in brief speaking with my client, she is a single mother. She is gainfully employed with a logistics warehouse company out of, and moreover, she's also on a bridge car. She has 3 minor dependent children. Also, she has an adult child who I believe all 4 are under her care. She has an 11th grade education. Your Honor, this is her second offense DUI.
I know.
Okay, this one was.
Who's Wafa Berry? Who is Wafa Berry? The car that you were driving is titled in the name of a Wafa.
It was a Toro rental.
It was what?
A Toro rental.
I'm going to assume that's a rental where people rent a car belonging to another person?
Yes.
Your Honor, she is scoring category 4 on the.
Is Toro that app that kind of like Uber, but instead of hiring a driver, you get to rent their car? Is that one of those apps? If so, yikes. Wow. Yeah, just saying. Wow.
Alcohol needs assessment, category 3. We think outpatient treatment is a reasonable and prudent recommendation to ensure that she maintains and retains her sobriety.
Let me see her AA
She
verification.
doesn't have it, Judge.
I knew that. You know what? I just knew it. I knew you weren't gonna come here with that. Listen to me. You're 37, you had a 205 on the blood. A breathalyzer, I should say. You had 1 in 19. You hit a guy, you left the scene. This is not good because you just sent me a signal. The signal you sent me is I'm not taking this seriously. That's what you did. So you got a problem with me right now. And I hope you got some toothbrushes with you because that's the way I feel about it. This was 5 years ago. You hit somebody, left the scene, and you aren't going to do what I'm going to tell you to do. So maybe I just have to lock you up.
He's not.
Where's your AA? Why didn't you go? And don't tell me the dog ate it. It blew out the window when I was driving. I don't want to hear any of that. I want to know why you didn't go.
Literally because of my work schedule. I explained to them when they told
You
me.
can't get through probation, so that's another reason to lock you up.
No, I literally am a primary provider for my children. I have not drank or anything since I left here.
Ma'am, you will not make it through probation if you're telling me you didn't have the time to go to AA, NA twice a week. You will not make it through probation. There's no way.
I will note this.
Slow down. I just had this feeling. She didn't go.
I tried, but the hours that they have them available for me, I get off work at 8 o'clock. The classes were at 6:30, 7 o'clock. I had no way to make it there. I was working 6 days a week. I had no way to get there in time with me still being at work.
But that schedule has now changed, correct?
Yes,
So now.
You make $800 a week?
yes.
What time, what hours do you work?
11:30 I gotta be there at 11:30. I get off between 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night because I work for a trucking company. I can't leave till
Then you
last
can't
truck.
get through probation.
I can go in the morning.
Well, then why didn't you go in the morning before?
Because her work schedule was different at
Yes.
that time.
It just recently changed because they
From what to what?
I was working from 9 to 8, 9 o'clock at
11
night.
hours a day?
Yeah, because I work for a logistics company. And then they just adjusted me, put me to where I would be a mid shift. So I would come in at 11:30 and get off between 8 and 11 at night because I have to wait for the last truck to come in. I'm the warehouse lead.
How much you make an hour?
$20 an hour.
How many days do you work? You just said 6, right?
Well,
I was working 6 days a week and now I'm down to working 5 with Sunday and Monday off.
You were working 6 hours?
6 days.
6 days, 11 hours a day?
Yes,
That's 66 hours.
yes,
How much you make an hour?
20.
That means that you were making somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,320 a week.
Yes,
You reported that you're earning $800.
right. So with when
on average.
on average, I was doing without the overtime, 800.
I don't think you understand that you get another one of these in the next 62 years, you're going to be charged with a felony.
We
I
discussed.
do
that.
understand that. It will never happen again.
You're not the first one to tell me that.
I'm literally the primary provider for my children.
Young
This whole
lady,
situation.
young lady, I don't want you to get upset. I'm not going to send you to jail right now, but I'm thinking through how I'm going to proceed. You cannot ignore orders. This is serious business. You could have killed somebody or yourself. And I don't want you to talk about it. It's a no contest plea. And I was, it was said lack of memory. So I can only take
She
it.
was blacked out, Judge. It was an accident, serious accident. Thankfully, it didn't get worse. And we did talk about the bond. conditions, Judge. And I had a sneaky suspicion it was gonna come up.
Well, because, you know,
That's her bond.
I don't know why, what's happening, but some people don't want to take this seriously. I mean, this is bad news at this point. But that's a fact. If you are working 66 hours, now you're gonna be working how many?
80 hours.
80 hours.
And now my hours are being cut down.
Well, you said 66 hours. You said 11 hours a day, 6 days a week.
No, that's what I was doing. My hours are being cut now. I'm gonna have 2 days off. I didn't have 2 days off. I was literally only having Sunday off.
You were charged with super drunk. Your vehicle would have been immobilized today. If you own that vehicle would have been immobilized back at the time of the plea.
License suspension.
This is revoked now.
I'm sorry to hear that, legal fiction. That is terrible. I am so sorry, my friend.
You're revoked. You're revoked. You got revoked. Did you get the letter from the Secretary of State yet?
I did.
I mean, I don't know, and I don't even want to ask you how you got here today. Don't answer that.
My kid's aunt brought me. I
Don't
didn't
answer that. I think it's important to note, Judge, that I explained to her that her bond conditions oftentimes emulate our probationary conditions. And testing is one of those conditions that we see now in the probation recommendation, and that there simply is no option C. This is the client's request for probation. She's asking for the probation, and it's commensurate upon her to ensure that she satisfies her end of the promise, or it's jail. That there's no option C. So I would ask the court to afford her an opportunity to show that she can do the probation.
I mean, I'm not sure she doesn't need sobriety court, but if she's telling me, if she's telling me that she can't get to AA twice a week, I have no idea how she would get through sobriety court. But here's a fact: you just had one, you got another one, you hit a car, and you left the scene. Now I'm going to give you another chance, but I'm just telling you, you're going to be on a thin rope with me. If you don't take this seriously, you're going to force me to do something I don't want to do. Did I let you finish? Do you want to say anything else, young lady?
Judge, this is a no contest plea, so I advise my client.
That's fine.
Just if she would like to.
But I have to ask her.
I just want to apologize for even having to be.
I don't need you to be all upset. I get it. You got yourself in a position, you got 4 kids. I mean, but the youngest, in fairness, is 15, right? I mean, you got teenager, late, you got a 22 17-year-olds and a 15-year-old, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's not like they need a lot of supervision. I'm not saying kids don't need oversight. 16 months probation. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law or ordinance. If you change your address, your place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directed. No alcohol, no illegal drugs, no marijuana. You're not to purchase, possess, or consume any one of those. Kratom poppy seeds and CBD oils are prohibited. Consuming food or other items containing those substances will be deemed a violation. I know you don't probably have a lot of money raising those kids. I'm gonna make it bi-weekly testing or more on demand to probation for 6 months. If you're clean every time, I'll revert it to monthly. You're to attend AANA twice a week until you're in outpatient treatment. We're gonna give you another form in the event that you lost the other one. You have to go in person. Every time you go, you have to have the form signed to evidence or substantiate your attendance. So twice a week until an outpatient treatment. Once you get in outpatient treatment, you no longer have to go to AA or NA. You're to attend the Victims Impact Panel. It's one night. There's to be no contact with Gary Yost. Restitution, if any, will be handled through civil litigation. I'm going to order 6 days jail credit 1. I'll let you serve those on the court work program, 4 of those. 1 day of community service. The community service, 8 hours, you can do at any nonprofit organization. That has to be completed by June the 15th. Court work program fees are $35 a day for a total of $140. That's for all 4 days. Fines are $300, cost $200, $75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment. That's $6 1/4. Screening fees $60 for $685. Probation fees are $320 for a total of $1,005. You have cost of recovery of $150 for $1,155 plus your court work program fees. Everything included amounts to $1,295. If you violate, your probation could be revoked. You could be incarcerated for 93 days. You have 21 days to appeal, and you have 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal. On the fair report, I'm simply going to assess fines, $100, costs $100, $75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment, $3 1/4 or 90 days. So I'll be happy to set up a payment plan.
Yes.
How much do you have today?
I can make probably $50 if I can pay with a card.
$50 today. We'll pay on the fair report first. How much can you afford to pay per week?
I get paid every 2 weeks. I can,
When do you get paid next time?
on the,
You need a calendar?
yes,
Just tell me what day. Is it this week or next week?
next week,
Next Friday?
Wednesday, so the 16th.
All right. You pay, can you pay $60 bi-weekly or not?
Yes.
60 bi-weekly, beginning April the 18th. You're gonna pay that first on the fair report, and then you're going to pay on the other charge. 60 bi-weekly until paid in full. So that payment won't start until after the fines and costs are paid on the B file, okay?
Yes.
If the circumstances were different, I would probably almost insist you get in sobriety court. You got a problem here. You blacked out. You hit a car. I don't know what else to tell you. You got to take this seriously, or you're going to be back in front of another judge. And if you go back in front of another judge on another charge, your life as you know it will be changed forever.
Felony down at the Wayne County, right?
If you need more time on any of these payments, all you have to do is call the court on or before the due date. I'll Zoom with you. If we have to do that 38 times, I'm okay with it. I'll give you an extension. I don't want you to not be able to eat or pay bills. And you call the court and I will be more than reasonable, but I expect you to do what I'm telling you to do. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
No reason to walk out of here upset, but you got to change your attitude on all this. Good luck.
Thank you,
If
Judge.
you were making as much as you say you're making, that's not a bad living. I'm just telling you. And that assumes no overtime. $13.20 a week is not a bad, that assumes no overtime. Do you get overtime pay?
Yes.
All right, so take the 26 now. What'd you say you made? $20 an hour?
Yes.
So you were making $30 an hour if you truly were working, just so you know, just so you don't think I'm not paying attention here. you would have made an extra $780 a week on top of the $1,320.
Yes.
You would have made $2,000 a week. So one of two things are happening. You're either not working 66 hours or weren't working 66 hours, or you're not doing a very good job managing your money or your time. That's all I'm going to say to you, but I don't want you to walk out of here and think, I got one over in the judge. He didn't ask me about overtime. $2,000 a week. That's pretty good. Good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
SBS Transport LLC.
All right. Yep, that one just got pushed from last night, so I wanted to throw it in here. So we start off with Judge Dad. Now we're moving on to Judge Shackleford. We have a squatter. We have a squatter that may have been trying to sell the dude's house from underneath him. Kind of a weird story going on here. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's go. Judge Shackleford, squatter.
Mr. Trugan?
Hi, good morning. This is Marshall.
Sir, I have your case here. Who do you allege, sir, is living at the property?
I'm sorry?
Who is living at this property?
Somebody my mom moved in before she passed away, and I just got the deed about 3 months ago, something like that. I just got the deed.
All right, is there someone residing in the house, though?
The gentleman that's staying there, I'm going to say lightly, I got a call from probate about, I'm not sure, earlier this year, and they said somebody's trying to steal your house. So I
Do you
called.
have that person's name, though?
His name is they gave me a number to a title search. Title search gave me a number to a realtor. The realtor, I was pretty upset trying to find out why they're trying to take my house, and they said that was the guy's name is Jimmy Massey. And I was like, no, that guy's too nice. He wouldn't do that. He's and then I found out that the guy, they had the agent call me who was dealing with him, and they said, oh yeah, absolutely. He made up something false. He gave it to them. And then he's been sending me emails from a Gmail trying to convince me that I got an SER coming to pay for him. Either which way, I knew I didn't have the deed in my name, so I couldn't do anything until now. So I really just want him to leave the property. And definitely I can't there's no room to work with him actually trying to steal my property.
Okay. All right, just sit tight with me for a moment, okay? I'm gonna have to deal with something on your issue, so give me a moment.
I'm right here. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Good morning. I have someone in the courtroom.
Look at those sweet editing skills. You see the fade in, fade out? Yeah. Just saying, sometimes I'm on point. That takes 2 seconds to do. I'm just lazy, I guess. But yeah, I remembered it this time. That means time passed. Just to let everyone know.
It says Whoop tab. Can you tell me your first and last name? I'm asking you to unmute. Can you unmute Whoop tab?
My name's Marshall. That's not me, is it?
No, Marshall, I'm not talking to you. Just sit tight with me. I'm asking for a Whoop tab. Whoop tab 8. All right, Whoop tab bus to 8 US 2. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sir, what's your name?
Jimmy.
What is it?
Oh, Jimmy Massey.
Mr. Massey, do you have a case number?
Yeah, my eyes are not good. 25011187 LT.
Okay, got it. And your first name is Jimmy, Jimmy?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what's your last name? Spell it for me.
Massey.
All right, sir. let me change your name real quick. We've got the other party present here on your case, Marshall Trukin. Jimmy Massey, Massey. All right, Mr. Massey, did you receive service to appear in court today with respect to this property?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and Mr. Trukin, now I'm talking to you. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. Thank you.
All right, so Jimmy Massey's present. Sir, are you currently residing at that location on 9070 West Point Street in the city of Taylor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And before you came in, Mr. Trukin advised the court that this was previously his mother's house. She's deceased, and he has a deed to the property and is the proper owner of the property.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and he's asking for you to vacate that property, Mr. Massey.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you understand all of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Massey, what's the status now? What can you tell me? What's going on with you at this property?
I'm just waiting on the people that pay for back rent. I'm just
But you
waiting.
don't have a rental agreement with Mr. Trukin at all, do you?
No, there was never one ever made, ma'am.
Did you know Mr. Trukin?
Do I know him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Trukin, do you know Mr. Massey?
Only from going to the house and trying to collect rent. And as I don't know if I told you, but he's sending me fake emails from for Jackie Smith from Gmail saying this lady is somebody fake saying so because believe it or not, my son's mother is like a Mother Teresa, and she actually helps people get Section 8. And I sent her the email to her, and she said there's no such thing, it's fake. He's talking about giving me an SER, and I try to have communication with that Gmail, and there's nobody even communicating me back. And then yesterday I just sent the fake email back. Say, yeah, Mr. Massey's a wonderful person, and I said, just joking, I said, I'm not going to do anything. Then he texted me an email back saying, no, I talked to the people yesterday, and they said you're a beautiful person for not going to rent. When I get my Social Security, I'm going to make sure you're taken care of. It's all an email. I can show it to you. And I just want him out of the
I don't need all this. This is what I'm trying to figure out. Mr. Massey, are you squatting at this house? I'm trying to figure out, how are you living there? When did you start living there, and why?
Back in, I think it was 2000 or 2000, the pandemic, the 2020.
Okay. How did you begin living there? Was someone else living there when you started living there?
No, Your Honor.
Or was the house vacant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and so you started living at a vacant house.
The Mr. Marshall's mother put an ad in the paper, and that's how I found it.
What was the ad for?
What was it for, ma'am?
What was the ad for?
It was a 2-bedroom house for rent for $850 a month, I think.
All right, and were you paying rent?
I did at the very beginning, yes, Your Honor.
In 2020? When's the last time you paid rent?
Whenever the last SER payment was made.
When was that?
I couldn't even tell you, to be honest with you, ma'am.
I mean, was it in 2020? Have you been living there for 4 years without paying rent?
No, Your Honor.
How long have you been living? I mean, you said you can't tell me. You've been in the house since 2020.
It's been It's been about 1.5 years, 2 years since the last payment was made. The
So
SAR
you've
payment.
been living in a house with no lease for 2 years without paying any rent.
3 years.
Around
All right, well, Mr. Trugan says it's 3 years, 2 to 3 years with no rent. Is that correct?
if that's, yeah, around about.
Okay.
With that being said, can we just reduce it down to 5 days to get out today?
No, I mean, I know the law, I have to follow the law, sir.
I understand. I'm just being funny.
Okay, well, let's get through this. So, Mr. Massey.
I appreciated that joke. I did. It went right over Judge Shackleford's head. Yeah, yeah, because it wasn't. That was my kind of joke. Oh yeah, now he's admitted to everything. Can we get him out in 5 days? Let's go. I liked it.
Can both of you, Mr. Trugan, can you turn your camera on?
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
All right. Hello, Mr. Massey, Mr. Trugan. Can you both raise your right hands?
Yes, ma'am.
You solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I do, but it floods every once in a while, you know. So it might not be oceanfront property, but it's you know, I've got a good view of some water every once in a while. So we get some seagulls. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea why it sounds like seagulls around. It does sound like that though.
All right, so I have in the file a notice to quit, recover possession of the property, that was served on February 7th of 2025. So we have the 30-day notice that was submitted to the court. Okay. Mr. Trugan, do you own the property at the address of 9070 West Point Street in the city of Taylor?
It's 8070.
Heather, I got so distracted you were here, I forgot to mute the address. So I got to go back and fix that. But Heather.
Yes.
Okay, we have it. 1 second.
That's okay.
8070. I'm sorry. I
That's
don't
okay.
have my readers today. I'm doing my best, but thank you for correcting.
Unfortunately, I'm 58 and I understand that too.
Okay. Did you rent that property to Mr. Massey?
No, I did not.
All right. And is it not your wish to have him to continue to live there?
Yeah, absolutely not. I have no desire to deal with him in any way whatsoever as soon as possible to cut my ties. I have to pay taxes. The house needs a lot of work. I can see it just from the outside. I've asked to get in the inside numerous times through the year. I've told him no matter what, he's still responsible for rent. I said, I'm not suing him for money. I'm not doing that. Obviously, I just want him out. Like I said, there's nothing solid to stand on. And I'm really kind of, to say it mildly, I'm disgusted in the fake papers he wrote to the, I was very upset having the probate court call me.
But Mr. Trugan, I understand all of that, and I understand your frustration. Okay,
Yep.
You're frustrated, but I just need to ask you these questions to do this proceeding. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you no longer want to rent to Mr. Massey?
No, ma'am, not at all.
And did you file the 30-day notice to quit that's here in the court file, dated February 7th of 25?
I did file that, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Massey, you rented from the prior owner of this property. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
They both have to get really close to the phone because Judge Shackleford She's a really quiet judge. She doesn't project her voice enough, so that they can't hear. They got to have the phone right next to their faces. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. Yeah, we all know Judge Shackleford. Her normal voice is yelling. No idea why they're so close to their phones.
And you do not own this property at 8070 West Point. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, look. There's nothing under the law that can allow you to stay in that property, Mr. Massey. You were given the proper notice, and the true owner no longer wishes to do business with you. So you are now trespasser at that property, and you have 10 days to vacate the property under Michigan law.
Okay.
That's my ruling. That's the law. And I follow it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And we're all set. Mr. Trukin, you'll have to submit paperwork to the court, okay?
And
You can come out of the clerk's window. You can come into the clerk's.
Is the next step to the bailiff? I could go pay for that today to have him to make sure he takes care of it.
Come into the court, come into the clerk's window, go to the civil window, and the civil clerk will give you the paperwork, okay?
Awesome. Thank you. I wish you a great day, and thank you for everything you do, Your Honor.
All right, and good luck to both of you. We're all set.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right.
All right. I think the homeowner there, I think he tricked that guy into going to court. Hey, I was trying to piece together the story. So the squatter was renting from his mom. It sounds like his mom passed, and now the son owns the house, trying to get him out. Hasn't paid rent in 2 to 3 years. He created a story that he was subletting. I guess he was subletting to other people, and he was trying to oh, they applied for SER or whatever. That's not how that works. But the owner responded to the email saying, "Oh, I'm not getting rid of you. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Let's go to court." And he showed up to court "Oh yeah, by the way, you got to go." That's what I think happened. I think the homeowner just pulled a fast one on him to get the guy in court. I don't think he expected to be kicked out. I really don't. Especially the first thing he said was, he even tried to say "Oh, I'm still trying to collect back rent." It's yeah, you're still going with that story. That's not going to work. Okay. Next case, I think Simpson's next. Pretty sure it is. Yep. All right. This is the follow-up to the House of Buckner case. So I threw this in here. While we're talking about sob sits, Wixom got to go to court today in hopes to see our good friend Mr. Magoo in front of Judge Slay. Unfortunately, he did not appear. He decided not to show up to court. So sorry you did that, Wixom. That is the gamble you make when you go to court to see a case. So that does happen. But Mr. Magoo no-showed today for his court appearance. So he's got a felony warrant out for his arrest. Just saying, we might actually see him if he gets picked up on it. We might see him in a different court to get arraigned on no-show to court before he sees Judge Slay again. So we might get lucky. I'm excited about it. Well, I shouldn't say I'm excited about someone else being in jail, but he pulled a dumb. So apparently he requested to be on Zoom. It was denied. And I'm going to say he probably tried to get on Zoom and they didn't let him in. But I looked at the Register of Actions shortly before the stream started, and it said Zoom request submitted, Zoom request denied. And then he no-showed today. So, yeah, Mr. Magoo just he's gonna be hanging out in jail for the rest of his case. So, anyways, that's the update on Magoo. Yeah, there's Wixom. There he is. Yep. Yeah, he's got one of them warrants. They're gonna pick him up on. All right. Let's see. House of Buckner. Yeah, the dude's still weird. This guy's still weird. Let's go. Judge Simpson.
Court calls the case People versus Lawrence Buckner.
That's one, people.
Your name, sir? All right.
Your Honor, So, obviously, we're here for a public conference. I have a chance to speak with prosecutor, Buckner. I think we'd like to set this matter for their examination. There's currently 2 separate April 20th for the accommodate that date.
April 20th,
22nd.
22nd. Who are those before?
Judge Washington.
Okay, the 22nd is the date I'd give in any event. Those are set already before.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want it. It's fine. The other one is Mr. Johnson's case. I believe it's all the process.
They're both set with Washington. All right. People don't have any objection to that.
No, we'll try for that date, Your Honor.
All right. Preliminary examination in person, April 22nd, 2025, 9 a.m. before Judge Washington. You may.
Yeah, Mr. Buckner's here. He's not a flight risk in any way. Locally, I believe that the objectives of the court could be accomplished in terms of any violation or any kind of contact with any of the complaint witnesses in these matters. Could be achieved through a tether or a hot zone or a two zone. As I said, he's not a flight risk. He has a bond. I believe the bond in this matter is $75,000. In looking at it, I think there's a bond of remand in the MDOP case, which is not the case I'm representing him on. But I'm not quite sure if that was
There's 2 other cases. What do you have as this bond? Because I don't have those before me. So.
If I don't. I need to address the bond
Well,
case.
Mr. Buckner was going to try to say something, but I don't know if you want him to say anything, Mr. Betty.
Judge Simpson, last time I was in court, I came here to go to court. Prosecution had brought up intimidated witness charge. You said that you were going to remand me back to Washington County Jail until you get that video to see if I actually threatened the witness.
Well, until right, but let me just clarify that. I was going to look at it as to whether or not I was going to do a remand prior to the charges coming forward. The problem was the charges then came forward, and so I arraigned you on the charges. So there was a distinction in what I was doing at that point, but go ahead.
I was under the impression that once you look at the video and see that any criminal activity was done on my part, that you would reinstate my bond and my words watch the videos. I didn't do anything. He say, she say. I wasn't on the video crime, so.
Okay, so Mr. Buckner, just so you understand what I was doing. Remember at the time that you appeared here, and a flight risk is not my issue with Mr. Buckner at all, because he voluntarily came in and he cooperated with the court in every respect whatsoever. But at the point at which,
Hey, what's up, Bill? Good to see you. And yes, someone asked if this was the guy who prays. Yeah, it's the guy who he testified prays. So he acts like he's praying to put facts on the record. That's this guy, absolutely.
we were addressing it and it was brought up to the court, I did not have a complaint in the case. And so what I was doing, the people at that point were asking to have you remanded, defense counsel, and you were objecting to that. And at that point, I was going to make a decision as to whether or not I was going to remand with knowing that the charges may be coming. But I wanted
42. I'm 42 away. Not going to happen tonight. Might happen over the weekend, but yeah, it's not going to happen tonight.
To look at something because you were vehement in saying no, people, and I knew that there was this video there. Before I could even get to that, the charges came through. And so then at that point, you were arraigned on the charges themselves. So there was at least some determination, although minimal, that the actions occurred because the charges had come forward. Okay.
Judge Simpson, I would like to say in closing, I appreciate you. However, I was brought back up to see you at evening and informed me that you didn't get to watch the video, but you did.
I know. Okay, so we can go, Mr. Buckner, we can go through all of this. The problem is, it doesn't matter what the bond in this case is because he's denied on his other case. So I'm not going to change everything, let it all get before Judge Washington. She can make a determination of your bond. She can hear this argument of the bond in this case, as well as what's going to have to be your argument in the other case. Because I could change your bond in this one, it doesn't release you.
I'm not talking about the $75,000 bond. I'm talking about the bond. I came to court for I was at the court for the gun charge, the NDOP case. They told me, it is what it is. Yahweh, God of the universe will vindicate me, and I'm thankful for all this time. Thank you for your time.
All right.
We get to 2 weeks in jail, time to sit there. No weapon formed against you prosper. In these lies, I will be vindicated. I will be vindicated. And I hope and I will be filing malicious prosecution against Washington County for everything that they did to me since my shooting.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deny, just so that we have a record of it, I'm going to deny your request. The reason I'm denying it is because he's held on the other matter. And then this exam will be set on the 22nd with all his other matters before Judge Washington. Bond will continue in this.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you. Hey, Mr. Gardner, that's where the problem comes in. Just walk out quietly or go out quietly, please.
Judge Simpson, what do you mean walk out quietly? He's clearly in a wheelchair. That was an inappropriate joke, Judge Simpson. I will not stand for those kind of jokes. Absolutely not. Man. Anyways, I love how he caught himself right when he said it, though. He's like, just walk out quiet. Poor choice of words. I loved it. I loved it. Danette, thank you so much for becoming a new member. Welcome to the family. Thank you. I do appreciate it.
I've been that for 60 some odd years. I get it. I don't know. I was just focusing on the whole hard to be or whatever, and I was going to ask Feaster and Lauren for their opinion. Oh, okay, all right. I'm just asking. All right, I didn't know. Court calls the case, People versus Matthew Fitzgerald.
Good morning, Your Honor. Wonderful to see you as always, Robert. I'm on behalf of Mr. Fitzgerald on the case of the 5072.
You started out so nice because he's not here.
I'm just going to get nicer as we go.
Your Honor, good morning, Your Honor. It's so nice to see you. Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. Fitzgerald on the case at 5073.
And Your Honor, if I may, if one correctly noted, Mr. Fitzgerald is not here. I was informed that he called the court this morning and said that he went to 15th District Court on accident. I know that was some time ago, however, it snowed. And with the snow on the roads, who knows how long it takes to get to abrupt change in weather.
The roads were clear.
It's Michigan weather, Your Honor.
Did we get a phone list? At 9:07 to say he was at 15.
Might be on foot. He also has a lot of construction.
And there is construction as well. It's a Mixture of the season.
He also then filed a request to appear remotely, but he has a bond violation, so it was denied.
Got it.
This also came after he went to 15.
This
Came this morning after.
came after, but it was denied because he has his bond violation. Well, so he went to 15th. He's heading here.
That is my understanding of the information and belief.
Okay. You're aware of his bond violation?
I was made aware this morning, Your Honor.
Okay, then I'm gonna do you a solid. I'm gonna pass it. And I can't wait.
I thought it would be nice.
Thank you, Mr. Elm.
Thank you.
Court calls the case.
I forgot to go look for part 2 of that. There was a couple times throughout the docket today where defendants were late, and they kept saying it. What was his name? What was that attorney's name? It starts with an E. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but they kept saying it like you're pulling a. I have Elmore in my head. It's not Elmore because there's the Judge Elmore. That's why I have that name in my head. But you're pulling an Elmore. You're pulling an Elmore. They made it to a joke all day, and it was funny. But I meant to go look for the second half of that. Man, I just let that run because of Buckner was there before, and that was funny. Anyways, I failed. So it looks like I'm going to have to add that till tomorrow's stream. We can watch it again. All right, Elman, thank you, Duval. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's what it is. All right, moving on. Now we're going to move on. We got a couple short clips to finish up tonight. I do want to say that now that I have all of your attention, I'm going to have a little bit of a different schedule over the weekend. I'm not going to be streaming Saturday or Sunday. I am taking the whole weekend off, and I'm really excited about it. I'm taking a little vacation with some friends, and we might be playing some golf. I'm just going to say that. So we're doing a little weekend trip, and I'm excited about it. But just letting you guys know, I will not be streaming Sunday. I am going to record some videos to have some content out there, but I will not be live on Sunday. I should be good for Monday night, but yeah, no stream on Sunday. Just letting you know. Okay. Thanks, Phil. Thank you for the super chat and for acknowledging my awesome skills at editing. Sparkle Poots as well. Sparkle Poots, thank you. In honor of my twat waffles, say nothing, Colin. All right, I won't say anything. We'll just play. All right, we are moving to Judge Williams in Kentucky, and we got a weird case, guys. We got a weird one. This one's a little bit more serious. It's just weird. Let's just play it. Okay, let's go.
Are you James McIntosh?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're on 24 CR 009. Mr. McIntosh, were you born in 1962? Last 4 digits, Social Security number 347. We're here on a pretrial conference. What does the Commonwealth have to say?
Your Honor, we're scheduled for a trial next Wednesday. And also I filed a 404B that detailed another incident with a minor where Mr. McIntosh allegedly drew a gun on them when he was being delivered food from Junction Station.
Get behind that podium.
So I filed a 404B on that. That case is being presented to the grand jury today. So I didn't know if Mr. McIntosh wanted just to try both of them next Wednesday or if he wants a separate trial. I'll do whatever he wishes.
Well, is this a separate incident?
Well, this is what happened. On June the 28th of 24, a young juvenile, I ain't gonna mention his name, went to Mr. McIntosh's residence to deliver food. Mr. McIntosh had a gun, shotgun. He was shooting it around. He was saying things. I'm not gonna repeat what he said. And as he was shooting, he went around to load the gun, the shotgun. And while he was loading it, he was pointing the shotgun at the juvenile. The juvenile went back to the old Junction Station, reported it. They put him on a do not deliver list. So that's the case that's been presented to the grand jury today when he pointed the gun at the juvenile that time. Then he used a separate address, a different address on July, I think it's the 14th, one's case we're trying next week. Young man went to that address and went to the different address. And at that time, on their do not deliver list, they just put the address down. They didn't put the person. So went to that address. This is the case where he allegedly put the handgun toward the young man's head. And that's the case that's set for next Wednesday. So
let's just try it next Wednesday. I don't see how you can try both of them.
Okay.
Well, I agree to that.
Try them
It's
separately.
another bad act. He's going to 404B him on it. You'd rather try both of them, or you could try one of them?
I would like to, if I could wait to see what the grand jury does with that.
Well, I'll tell you what the grand jury will do. They're going to indict him.
Yeah.
So I haven't been down there, but I don't know of anybody that doesn't get indicted. But if there's not a presentation about a firearm pointed at a child, so you can go ahead and let's just pretend you already know what they're going to do. Speculate, just do some probability here.
But I don't know. I'll do either way. I'll try.
Well, what do you want to do?
I think it'd be best the second time.
Okay, we'll try both of them next week then.
I'm gonna have the same witness.
Okay, same witnesses. Okay, you're.
This is Kentucky. This is in Kentucky, and it's also how to lose your privilege to use Uber Eats ever again. Yeah, I don't know what I don't understand why this guy would do this. I mean, I guess it's only he hasn't been convicted yet, but I mean he's done it twice to the same kid, delivering food to him. Man. I mean, how else are you're not gonna get your. I can't even think of a random thing to order on Uber Eats right now. So I ruined that joke. Okay, let's finish it up.
Attorney will be over to see you, Mr. McInich. Ryan Nally.
Oh, dude wasn't happy. Like, I don't get to talk. No, you've lost that ability. You have an attorney. Okay, we're moving to the last case of the night. The last one. This ended up being a short stream. I didn't pause as much as I usually do. I don't. Oh, I know what this is. This is in Judge Slavin's courtroom, but this is the stand-in judge that I think he said he had a doctor appointment this day, so we had one of the pro tem judges to sit, and this was just a really funny exchange between the judge and the attorney. So yeah, but it's only about 3 or 4 minutes long, so I just had to randomly place it in a clip. So here we go.
And the matter of Joseph Davis.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Counsel, your name, please.
Attorney Kevin Burton appearing on behalf of defendant Joseph Davis, who's present on the Zoom P86626.
All right. You had a chance to talk to the prosecutor?
We did, Your Honor. We've reached an agreement to hold this bond violation in abeyance pending the outcome of the jury trial, and we respectfully request the court to set this matter for jury trial today.
Can you know what? I just need to verify with the prosecutor that's the agreement, okay? Hold on 1 minute. Mr. Davis, you're on the screen. Would you state your name? I just want to make sure you can hear me.
Joseph E. Davis, Jr.
Thank you. And you heard what your attorney told me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Just hold on a couple minutes, gentlemen. Let me verify with the prosecutor. All right?
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
I'll just have one of the clerks or officers call. Just somebody find out. The prosecutor agrees, and I'll set it for jury trial. Joseph Davis?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Just your appearance, please.
Nora Ali on behalf of the people.
I have Mr. Davis' attorney here. They just indicated that they're adjourning the violation and set it for a jury trial. That's all right?
Your Honor, for the record, I do want to make it clear that Judge Slavin last week did order everybody to be here in person. They're not here today. According to the defense attorney, it was because they had received 2 notices in the mail, one saying Zoom, one saying in person, but the judge did say it last week. Fortunately, because they are not here, we cannot have a bond hearing, bond violation hearing.
Counsel, you left that part out.
Well, Your Honor, and I'd like to address a point that Madam Prosecutor made. I didn't receive an in-person notice. I only received a Zoom notice, which I have in front of me for the bond violation hearing. That was the only notice our office received in the mail for today's proceedings. So, yes, that's accurate. Based on that, it seems to be an error by the courthouse, but it told us to appear via Zoom for this bond violation hearing today. Based on that, we are adjourning this matter and holding it in abeyance pending the outcome.
Were you here last week on this matter? On the 31st?
I personally was not. No, it was one of my associates.
So you want to do the bond violation hearing? We can do it next week. We can get him here.
I'm willing to do it next week.
Okay. You have your complaining witness here? And otherwise, you're waiting until the jury trial date, which could be a couple of months. Okay?
Well, that goes against what we just stipulated to. We stipulated that we would
No,
hold
no,
an abeyance
hold
pending.
on. I'm issuing that you got a court, you have a judge telling you should have been here today and you weren't notified of it. So I'm saying that's fair. But the judge has said, let's have a bond hearing. We're going to have a bond hearing. So it's next week. We'll see everybody next week. What time I'll set it up for?
We can do it the same time as today, 1 o'clock.
Is that at 1 o'clock? We'll see you all at 1 o'clock next Monday.
Yeah, I don't even know that I'm available at 1 o'clock next week. I haven't
You are
checked my
now.
calendar.
Consul, you're going to be here, or send your associate like you did last week. The bond hearing's next week. We'll see you all then. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. Yeah, you are. That's good. I like it. I like this this pro tem judge. So every time I see him on the bench, I get excited. Well, my first thought is, oh no, what is Judge Slavin doing? He better not be golfing again. But no. Anyways, that's it. That's it for tonight. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And thank you for the super chats. That's all I got. I already said I'm not going to be streaming Sunday night. I will still be streaming tomorrow night. But yeah, I've got to set up to raid Lone Wolf. So let's go over there and hang out for a little bit. You guys are awesome. And I will see you tomorrow. Until next time, bye.